Hey fam, welcome back to Tara's Lifestyle and Vlog, and thank you so much for stopping by. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 European countries that actually allow students to come and study and also bring their family, i.e. their spouse and their children if they have any, to study with them. Okay, but before I go on, my name is Tari, and on this channel we'll talk about UK visas and immigration. We'll talk about life in the UK, how to travel safely and successfully, and how to navigate through life as an immigrant living in the UK. If this sounds like something you're interested in, then please subscribe, turn on your bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my videos going forward. To my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, so like I said before, today we're talking about 5 European countries that actually allow students, international students, to come and study with their family. And I saw this article on the Vanguard News. Vanguard is a Nigerian newspaper, which I bumped into the article, and I found it really interesting because a lot of we know that a lot of new laws have been introduced in the UK that are actually anti-immigration. Okay, so a lot of people that are already here are wondering whether they should remain here or if they should move on to another country. And those that are wanting to travel to the UK as well are wondering, should I come to the UK? Should I go to anywhere else? Okay, and I thought this would be helpful for anyone that's in that position, that's actually thinking whether to come to the UK or would like to go to a different country. And I've done a video before and I talked about, is it worth coming to the UK to study in 2025? That was last year. Okay, so I'll link that video up here for you so you can have a look. And with this video and that video, you should be able to make up your mind on what you really want to do. Okay, and like I said, these are 5 countries that would allow international students or students from other countries to come in and also have their partners and their children with them. Okay, so I've got the article in front of me, which I'm going to be reading to you. Okay, so the first country is Germany. Okay, and as I'm saying these countries, there are a lot of things that you need to consider before you make up your mind, before you decide whether you want to go to any of these countries or not. Okay, so like I said, the first one is Germany. Okay, so Germany permits international students to bring their spouses and children under its family reunification system and policy, while students must show proof of sufficient funds and suitable accommodation. Spouses generally allowed to work and children can attend public schools. So students will need to show suitable accommodation, so that they also have enough funds, but the spouses are allowed to come, they can work, and the children can go to school. Okay, so the second one is Finland. Okay, so Finland is another country that actually allows international students to come with their families. Okay, Finland is considered one of the most family-friendly study destinations in Europe. International students with residence permits can apply to bring their family. So if you're there and you already have resident permits, you can bring your family. Your spouse is allowed to work freely, and children have access to Finland's highly rated public education. So they can come in. If they have residence permits, they can apply for their spouses to join them. Their spouses can work, and also their children can attend public schools. I think it's about the same with the UK system as well. When students were allowed to bring their spouses, they are not allowed anymore. When they were allowed, the spouses could work full-time. Students are allowed to work 20 hours and their children could attend public schools. Okay, so the third country is Sweden. Okay, so Sweden allows students to bring immediate family members during the period of their studies. Okay, so during the period of their studies, applicants must meet financial requirements, but once approved, spouses can work and children can enroll in public schools. Again, it's the same thing. Spouses can work and children can attend public schools, making long-term family settlement easier. Okay, the fourth one is the Netherlands. International students in the Netherlands can apply for family reunification of their spouses and children. While students must prove they can financially support dependents, the country offers a high standard of living and quality education to families. Okay, again, the same thing. Spouses can work, children can attend school, and all of that. The fifth one is France. Okay, France allows international students on long study visas to apply for family reunification. Children can attend public schools, and spouses can work under specific conditions, making it viable option for students planning to relocate with their family. Okay, so this one I said under specific conditions. So again, if you're wanting to apply to to go study in any of these countries, you need to look at the specific conditions. You need to look at one very important thing that I must mention is a language. Okay, so if you're going to somewhere like Germany where they speak Dutch, if you're going to somewhere like Netherlands, they speak Dutch. Okay, so those are things that should actually influence your decision. Okay, like the UK, for instance, it's English and it's easy for anyone to come from an English speaking country and then blend. If you're going to somewhere like Germany or Netherlands where they speak Dutch, you want to consider the impact of the language on yourself, on your spouse, and also on your children. So which means you might need to go on and start learning the language. The same thing with France. Okay, so France, they speak French. Okay, so you want to also consider that. So whatever country you decide to go to, among these ones I've talked about, you need to consider the language that has been spoken in that country. You need to consider the specific conditions in which you can come. Some of them says long-term study. Some of them says specific conditions. So there are specific conditions that are attached. So you want to go and do your research first. Don't just say, oh, Tari has said I can travel to Finland and go and study, do international, be an international student and bring my family, and then you just go and apply. Do your research, find out the specific conditions, do your research. Can I bring my family? What are the conditions that I need? How much do I need? Of course, where am I going to stay? So the things that you think about if you're coming to the UK, those things still stand. Where am I going to stay? Accommodation, transportation, how much am I going to need for feeding and all of that? All those things still count. Okay, and then the language barrier as well. Those are things that you need to think of. But I saw this article, like I said, I thought it was interesting and I wanted to share it with you. It's on the Vanguard. I'm going to post the link to the article on my description box for you to have a look. Okay, I hope this video has been helpful to someone. It has helped you. Give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and of course subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video.